Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. We are back in Facteroids. Let's get back to it. Oh man, do we have a lot of work to do. We've got a lot of work to do. Towards the end of last episode, we noticed that the sun actually moves, or the asteroid actually rotates around the sun. And so our solar panels have kind of made their way into the shade. And now just about every machine I've got going is complaining about power. We set up a new little solar array kind of on a sunny side of the asteroid, but that's probably going to come into the shade too. And at the very end of last episode, we were looking at the buildings we've recently unlocked just from making progress here. And we saw a fusion reactor that generates a large amount of energy from deuterium. And then deuterium is produced in the refinery, it says down here. So let's see if we can start making that. Refinery. Get that refinery. Water. Okay, here's deuterium. It takes 8 water and we get 1 deuterium. Let's get a power plant going on that. Pick a space somewhere around here. Not doing a lot of building, and let's see if we can get that going. We're gonna have to jump start it with some solar power. Maybe over here. I see a bunch of ice that we can turn into water. And then we need to turn that water into deuterium, and then we need to put down those fusion reactors. So let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to do it kind of over here. So miners first. Miners first. I want to go at this about ice, and these guys too are gonna go with 6 of these to start. It's these blocks down here and these blocks up here. How much do these have? Tons. 1,035 ice just on each one of these blocks, just about. I'm gonna run belts down the middle. Boom. That'll give me ice. Now I need to refine that twice. Refine it into water and then refine it into deuterium. Then we got to pipe that in. Got all these rocks in our way. We'll get it. We'll get it done. I would like to do this on a spot that's not ice, but I guess it doesn't really matter. All right. Melt this stuff down. Boom. Kind of like that. Ice gets mined, goes onto this main belt, comes down through here, and goes into a refiner. We got room to put 2 refiners if we need to. Where is it? Yeah, refinery. Apologize for the camera work. It's just a little tricky to get this paste. I zoom in. Okay, boom. There's our first refinery. This is going to turn it into water. Boom. Thinking can probably do with 2 of these at least. Let's start with 2. Do we have what we need to build these refineries? Let's see. What is the construction materials? We don't. We need to produce steel. We don't have it. We have carbon. Are we making carbon? Yeah, we're making carbon. But we need to produce steel. So let's see what the recipe for that is. That's in the factory. Steel is just iron and carbon. Did they give us a little steel to start with? Doesn't look like it. Before we can even do this whole operation, we're going to need to make some steel. Do it. 3. Carbon's super easy. Iron's not bad either. Go find a place near our main factory to do that. Where's our main factory on this thing? Over here. Burp, burp. All right, yeah, let's spend a little time over here. We need iron. Have it here. We are smelting some iron. Oops, right here. This belt has smelted iron on it. Right now we're in the dark. We're hurting on power. We're going to come back into the sunshine here soon, or we can build a bunch of more solar panels on each of the 6 sides just to get us by until we can get this deuterium going. But in the factory, we need carbon and we need that iron. Let's do it. Thinking how we can tap into the iron coming out of this guy. Belt out this way. Oh man, it's spaghetti just because this terrain is so rough. Or we could do a new smelting thing. Let's do a new setup. So here's iron ore. There's rock. Rock we want to turn into graphite. Let's use this guy here for that smelter. And the iron we want to turn into ingots. This isn't going to be super efficient right away. Iron we want to turn into ingots. And then we want both of those to go into a factory to produce steel. That's right there, probably. This guy, if he needs a recipe. Carbon. Still need power over here. There's our carbon coming into the factory. Here is, I believe, going to be iron ingots. Right. That's that coming into the factory. Factory's going to need a recipe. Set this guy to steel. Now I want to belt this into the hub. I can just, man, that's in my way. Belt this anywhere. Do it. Come across this way. And come down. Boom. Oops, can't go there. Can't go there. Let's hold up, fellas. Hold up. That's gonna go into another smelter. How can I get to the hub from here? Like that way. Let's delete this, or let's just deactivate this belt. It may come in handy later. Belt into that. Show you what I'm thinking. Go up this way. Round. That belt, I believe, makes its way into our hub, and we can start storing the steel there. And our bots can use that for building materials. This belt down here is not needed. I'm going to turn it off by right-clicking on it. We should be good. We're still itching for power. Everybody's complaining. Let's put more power poles. You know, this operation where we're going to make the deuterium and eventually get our fusion reactor going. That was fusion reactor. Yeah, this is going to need to be jump started with power. So let's use just power poles to kind of bridge the power. Set up those. That'll give our bots something to do. We should have plenty of ice in storage. 155 power poles. I think I need to start right there. I just need to connect up to anywhere, really. Across this way. Ice is cheap. We have tons of it. that should get us all connected up to the power network. Is this guy connected up to the power network? No, he's got his own power. Let's get this guy connected too. So these power poles don't cost hardly anything. And we can drop a building right on top of them. And that building will take over conducting the power. I think that is all we need. And then we probably want to throw down more solar panels somewhere. Find a spot. How about over here? A bunch of them. Guys, take just rock and ice. We have tons of both. Our bots need something to do. So I'm just going to throw some here. Right now it's shady, but eventually that'll get sunny. And power pole. Bridge that. Make sure we can jumpstart power production. This looks nice and sunny over here. Let's throw some down here. Boom, boom. Bunches. We're going to need a power pole to connect, I think. 2 down, more than we need. Got to get this over to there. Solar. Solar. Power pole, and can I get across this lava somehow? Like that's going to be a dead end for us. Make my way through here. I've got lava blocks. That's fine. Ooh, come up. And build ourselves power connections all the way to this guy. Now that guy's connected. All these panels, once they get built, they'll be connected to the main network. Oh man, it's crazy. You can see our mining drones doing their thing, or not really mining drones, but our little helper drones doing their thing. There's our hub. Let's rotate around. Let's see, is anybody mining? No, we're still hungry for power. Just gotta wait for these solar panels to get in the sun, or some of the new ones we built to get in the sun. Still have a ton of ice. And a ton of rock. Suppose we could throw down another big farm somewhere, right? About over here. Only 2 ice and 2 rocks. That's nothing. We can build these quite liberally for now. Okay, that guy's going to link up just fine. We need these mines moving. So our worker drones have a good amount to do. See them all over the place, all over the asteroid. A couple over here, a few of them here. See what the next bot dock is going to take. Silicon produced in a smelter. 15 of that. I think we just smelt the carbon, right? Yeah, smelt carbon. Oh, no. We need silicon, right? Bot dock. Yeah, 15 silicon. So where can we find that? Down here at the bottom right, there's a little thing here called the seismogram. If I click this, it's going to highlight the ores. And some of that ore we're going to need to dig into, or need to dig to get to it. I'm curious if I can find silicon. Something on the surface here. Let's turn it off. See what this silicon right here. Where are we? Hard to say. Let's put let's put a miner on this. Mine. Tell me what's here. Yeah, silicon 252, 244. Boy, this isn't. There aren't huge deposits. Rock and then silicon. Let's put silicon here. And then let's put smelter nearby. Like that. Then maybe another miner here. Boom. And I'm just looking to prepare for building the, prepare for producing silicon. So belts this way and up. Silicon comes out, goes into the smelter. Same thing goes into the smelter. But I also want to send back silicon ore and the smelted silicon back to the hub if I can navigate that. It can be a little bit of a challenge. So this would be the belt that's going to take us back to the hub. Idea where the hub is. Way. Oh man, maybe not. Gonna have to be into storage for now, I think. Let's do that. So I guess we can go straight into storage. That's going to allow our bots to grab the smelted silicon and use it for building materials. And then I want some of the silicon to go into storage because sometimes you just need the ore for building materials. Storages aren't very big. So let's put a storage here too. Boom. And then what's the construction on this? 2 iron ore. Let's make sure. Are we saving iron ore? We are. We've got 174 in our inventory if I look up the top right. Now we just need to connect this thing to power. I see buildings over here, so we can just run power poles from here over. Anywhere. That'll get that guy hooked up to power. Do we have any solar panels in the sun yet? Doesn't look like it. Our bots are trying to build out our power network. We're still hungry for power. Producing much at all. 19, it looks like. You have a lot of factories down. You guys are building power wires here. Power poles. Let's speed up time. I think we can do that here in the bottom right. Boom. Go into fast mode. Until we see our power ramping up. It looks like we're slowly getting more. This is the big chunk of floating asteroid that we want to kind of terraform down and get rid of. Anxious to see that power up. Our bot's doing the job here. Running power cable. Still have plenty of ice. 76 ice in inventory. Let these guys do their thing. All right, we're still a little weak on power, but we have some. So our factories are spinning up. I'm going to go back to normal speed and let's see if we can find where we were going to do that deuterium work. Get fusion power going so we don't have to rely on the sun. Where is that set up? Right. Is it? Is this us? No, that's our silicon and iron stuff. That's still being built. And this is us right here. I still don't have power. Ooh, they're getting a little tiny bit of power. Not enough, but they're getting some. So we're getting ice coming in. This is going to go into the refinery to melt it. This is their first step, producing water. And then we're going to need to pipe that into another refiner, right? Our refinery takes a bunch of water before we get deuterium. Let's get another refinery down. I'm going to leave room. Boom. This refinery we're going to set up to do deuterium. So recipe down here. Deuterium. We can build pipes. Pipe that. And then we've got a bunch of extra ice here. So we want to run more of these little melter guys. Let's do that. Another refiner. First, yeah, refiner. Here. Send some ice down to this guy. And this one here is going to do water for us. Pipe that water into this pipe. There's no direction on the pipes. I'll get more water going. We need a bunch. I want to maybe do one more. Do one right here, refiner. We do need steel, but we are starting to produce steel. Refiner there. This one again is water. Pipe it into the other refiner doing the deuterium. And if I can get down here, we're going to want to route this deuterium into the fusion reactor. Oh, I bet we need material we don't have for this. Oh, yeah. Lots. Okay, we need, let's see, this is the fusion reactor, right? This is going to help solve our power problems in the shade. We need iron, we're producing that. We need steel, we're producing that, although it's going to kind of slow. Silicon produced in the smelter. I think we have that set up too, right? We put down blueprints for that. Those should be getting built. We're going to need 4 hydrogen and 4 oxygen. That's going to come next. And then we're going to need 5 glass produced in a factory. Let's put down the fusion reactor. I think they'll let me put the blueprint down at least. Let's have an input. It does. You're going to go there eventually. And let's go see about hydrogen and oxygen. Guess we'll just, I guess we can put those anywhere, really. Rarely. Ideally, we want to get a lot of the stuff going in the hub so we can save massive amounts up. For our purposes, term-wise, we can probably get away with doing it kind of on the cheap. Let's see. We're looking for hydrogen, oxygen. That's the refinery. Needs water. Come over here. We have a bunch of surplus ice here. Let's see what we can do. We're looking to make hydrogen and oxygen. Got a little bit of land here that looks like it's kind of serviceable. Take some of this ice. Ice out of here. Get that. Here we got stuff here in the way. See a belt there. It'll be tricky. We want the refinery to make water. Do it there. Just be. Can I do it there? Can. Refiner. We're gonna get water out of this one. Boom. Again, this is all we're working towards deuterium and being able to build the fusion reactor. We need hydrogen and oxygen. So there's a refiner getting us water, and then we run it through another refiner. Get the hydrogen and oxygen out. Boom. Let's set this guy up to do that. Hydrogen and oxygen. Then we'll belt that down. Boom. To there. And then let's set up a storage for each one of those gases. There's storage for hydrogen. There's oxygen. And we'll set filters on these belts here at this intersection. So you take the hydrogen and this guy take the oxygen and just store it up for building materials. Boom. Then I got to turn these belts on with a right click. That should be good to go. We've got power. The ice looks like it's ready. Oops, we got a belt here we need to activate. I'll just right click until I get the direction I want. Yep. A little bit of the ice is going to come through this way. Down here. Turn into water. Water into hydrogen, oxygen. Hydrogen, oxygen going into storage. You can see when the belts have a filter, they show you this little thing sticking up. Oxygen that way, hydrogen that way. What I might do is put a cooler over here too while we're at it. Do it. Put a freezer here. While we're at it, take this little bit of this ice too and throw it into a chiller or a freezer and freeze out that lava right there. A lava cooled, revealing new silicon resource. That's somewhere else. I wonder where that is. So this is all set up for hydrogen and oxygen. What was the last thing we needed for the fusion reactor? Silicon smelter, we have hydrogen, oxygen, we have glass. Glass at the factory. That is what? Silicon. It's been smelted. Rock. That's not going to be hard. The hard thing's going to be finding where it is. Our asteroid. We've got 32 power at the moment. But that's going to change as we rotate around the sun. Or the star, I should say. These are all in the shade. What I'm looking for now is we had that little silicon producing outpost. Where is that? Is it here? Okay, there's our silicon. And this is supposed to be storing ore for us. It's not. Let's turn on this belt. Boom. So we'll store up some of just the silicon ore too. And that's being stored now. Good, good, good. But I want to tap into this supply and make glass. See if I can get the camera to rotate the way I want it to. We want to produce glass from this and put it into storage. So glass is the factory. Then we need to set up a miner for rock. Let's do their factory. It'll be a little goofy. I'm going to take this smelted silicon and bring it into the factory. That's fine, like that. And I just need rock in here. I'm just going to throw a miner right next to it. Boom. All of these factories that we're doing now, I mean, consider them temporary, right? It's kind of a mess, but it's just the nature of building on an asteroid. These guys are all hooked up to power. We got to set a recipe on this guy to do glass. Now let's store the glass right next door for now. Boom. That'll get us a little bit of storage where the drones can kind of pick it up. Let's make sure that belt is set. Rock goes into the factory. Melted silicon goes into the factory. Out comes glass into storage. Once we have that built, that glass can be taken over to the fusion reactor. Hopefully, we'll get this fusion reactor built. See a bunch of other buildings here that aren't being built. What are we short on? Steel, most likely. Our steel production's pretty weak. Pretty weak. This guy's almost going. Our oxygen, hydrogen setup. Not built just yet. Alright, let's see if we can find out where our steel is. All our silicon stuff. We did steel over by the main hub, right? Where are you, hub? New solar panel array, all in the sun. Nice, I like it. Here's the hub area. Let's see if I can rotate the camera the way we're used to seeing it. Looks like one of our landfill blocks got done. Let's get more going. We want to build out a platform here. Camera work is going to be challenging in this series, I can tell. I want landfill there and landfill there. Down, just rock. Trying to make a big old platform over here. This belt got disconnected for some reason. We don't want it disconnected. That's producing iron for us, just to put into storage. I want to fill in this block right here, actually. And I don't have a way to route that iron. Oh, this belt can't get through. I'm trying to clear this ice and throw it into storage. You can see this belt's kind of jammed up. Let's change this to one of these. This is what it really should be. And then we can clear this ice and kind of start flattening out this area more. Looks like we've got this mine is done. Let's kill it. Boom. Ice kind of going in that way. Kind of goofy. Let's chill some of this area so we can mine it right next to us. Put miners down here. Ice miner. Freezer. Then another ice miner. This is just basically doing some terraforming. Ice miner there. We'll just store that ice. Into the hub. Oops, wrong way. There we go. These little question marks are just the drones waiting for an assignment. Power, still an issue. Oh yeah, we came over here actually to look at the steel production. Where is that? Down here, right? What's going on? We producing? No output belts connected, so I need to hook that up to storage. Or no, this belt right here was not activated. Okay, there goes our steel. Fortunately, that wasn't running when we had power, so now we're in a power shortage situation. It looks like we managed to chill one of our blocks here. So that's all cool. We'll get rid of that soon. One's being chilled. Everything else is being chilled here. We're trying to get rid of this whole rock. Most important for us right now is this steel production. Kind of bummed that belt wasn't hooked up. All right, one last thing we can do. We want to tear this thing and get it out of our way. Let's see if we can go after the whoa, man, the camera is challenging on this. Yeah, right here. For the node that we've got done, let's see if we can get that rock out of here, down and where else? Bear with me here in the camera. I want to get at this guy. Be able to route the material off the rock. I can't really do it yet, so I think we're going to wait. We'll wait till this stuff is frozen. The other, I guess we could try to come down. Belt down this way. I don't think I can really do it yet. I want to get all this material off of here, out of the way. Zoom in here and see what's going on. Power shortages. Tell you what, let's wrap this episode here. And then I'll let this run until we get some sunshine again. We're real close to having one of the deuterium refineries built and running. Hopefully that will solve our short-term power problems and we can scale up this whole area. Take a quick look, see what we're missing. I think we need steel for these guys. Yeah, just one steel for each of these. So once we get power, we'll have steel. These guys will kick out the deuterium. This guy, or the water, right? These are the melters. This refiner's ready to make the deuterium, just waiting on water to come through. And then the fusion reactor is waiting on what? On the glass to be produced. So we have that factory up and running. But yeah, let's wrap it up here. Hopefully next episode we'll get the power going. We'll have consistent power. That's kind of our biggest challenge right now. And then we'll just keep doing the terraforming, setting up more production. And eventually, it's going to be a while though, we'll work on getting a colony set up and an atmosphere going. That's it for this one. This is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this series on Facteroids. This is a very cool game. Take some fiddling to get used to the camera, especially on the 3D asteroids. There are a bunch of campaigns and there's maps where it's just like a big flat surface with hills on it, but no three-dimensional kind of stuff. That's cool too. But yeah, I want to thank Glidercat patrons and channel members for their support of the Glidercat channel. If you'd like to help support the channel, there's links to do so in the description. And with that, I'll see you all in the next episode.